I'm just going to get right to it. There's two flaws with Springtrap's power that essentially have no counters, but these are the best counters that I have found for these two flaws. The first flaw involves the security door system. So with the security door system, one change that was made from the PTB is that the security doors now spawn closer to generators, thus making it easier to surprise survivors and essentially score free hits. This isn't necessarily a bad change, but the one problem with this is that there's no obvious indicator that Springtrap is teleporting around. When I think of the high mobility killers on the killer roster, I think of like Nurse, Hillbilly, maybe Dredge, Blights even. There's some sort of audio or visual indicators that they are using their power. And the problem with Springtrap is that there is no obvious indicator that he's using his power to teleport. That is, unless you pay extremely close attention, and I mean extremely close attention, to the background noise and environmental sounds on the map. What essentially happens is when Springtrap uses the security door system to teleport, the background noise and audio kind of becomes muted. Here's a couple of examples of what I'm referring to, and you'll probably need headphones to fully hear what I'm talking about. To be quite honest, I'm not sure if this is an intended feature or if this is just an audio bug, but this was something I picked up on after playing against him multiple times. So yeah, if it's not intended, then add it to the list of bugs this patch. There is also one slight visual indicator that he's teleporting. The battery thing kind of flashes a little bit, but outside of these two features or whatever you want to call them, there really isn't an obvious indicator that he is teleporting. As for the other flaw with his power, it involves the fire axe, specifically in regards to face camping. One thing I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of people have noticed as well, is that it's pretty damn easy to just face camp people with the fire axe. It's kind of like a hunter's hatchet, but you can basically just instantly grab people every time, so there's not really much you can do if you try and unhook somebody, because you're just going to get instantly grabbed. You can't really even one for one. And for some reason, the priority is to remove the fire axe first instead of unhooking somebody. However, the one slight counter I've noticed is that if you run a perk that increases the unhook speed, so Desperate Measures, No One Left Behind, those will slightly help with that kind of a situation. It's not a guarantee, obviously, but it is something that can help. Overall though, Springtrap is still pretty fun to go against, so even with these two flaws, they really don't erase everything else about the power. I think it's still fun to even have the ability as a survivor to teleport around. And on top of that, I think the fire axe, generally speaking, feels fair to go against. But if these two flaws could be even slightly addressed, that would be amazing. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.